SAT/ACT Prep for Tuesday, the 20th of October, 2020. Today is about reflecting back on yesterday's activity and then thinking. We're going to go back first to Canvas and you're going to post which thing was a lie on your post. I'll show you how to edit that in just a minute, and then I'll stop the video for a minute and you will go and do that. Then we're going to work through activity 2 together. Now tomorrow, remember, there's no activity, but you do need to do Quill if you want to get attendance credit, and there is no live class. All right, so when you go back to Canvas and you find your post, your main post with your 3 statements, 2 truths and a lie, you're going to go to the 3 buttons here and then click Edit. And then it'll let you go back and add to your post. I'd like you to either add to the end of the statement that's a lie, just the word lie, or at the end say, my lie was, and finish that. So I'm going to give you about 1.5 minutes to go back to Canvas now and do that. Mark up your post. Go ahead and do that now. And on to activity 2. Before we start, a couple of terms that I want you to know. We're going to repeat them throughout this early part of the unit until they're really clear for you. First is the word justified. Justified means that something is correct or that it has evidence to support it. Something that is so correct that it has all the evidence backing it up that it needs. On the flip side, unjustified means something that is not correct, something that does not have evidence backing it up. The word motive means someone's intentions or what they want to do. So you might talk about someone's motives being good or evil. You might talk about the motivations that they have. And I use this one a lot, so I hope you know it, but context means situation or general overview or surroundings. So if I ask you to give context for something, like in your ReadWorks entries, it starts with a sentence of context. That's just a general overview of what the article was about, so that when the reader starts, they have an idea of what your entry is going to be, and they don't just start from what you learned. They start from what is the article about. Those terms are going to be important in this unit. Please make sure you know them. All right, in activity 2, you're going to be filling in the first column of a chart. Now, you may remember last unit where I had you fill in a chart in activity 2, and then you came back to it in activity 26, I believe, and filled in the second chart. Well, on this one, you're going to be coming back to it after each of the articles that we read. Now, today, you're just going to be filling in your opinion. So in the chart, there are 5 real-life situations, and you are going to say whether you think that that lie is justified or unjustified. And you're going to use a scale from 5 down to 1. So 5 is, yes, that's a totally fine thing to do. They had a good reason. There's a lot of evidence supporting them. They were fine to lie. 3 is unsure. Please don't use unsure unless you genuinely just can't avoid it. Okay, unsure should be your last resort. And then 1, wholly unjustified, meaning that it's the absolute wrong thing to do. You should never do that. It's always wrong. And then you have 4 and 2 that are somewhere in between. So for each of the my viewpoints, you're going to put in a 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1. So let's go over the situations, and then you'll have time to go through and do this on your activity, and you can wrap this up right here. The first one, Maria's best friend tried on a new dress at the store. I love it. What do you think? She asked anxiously. It's nice, Maria said, even though she thought it was awful. Her friend bought the dress. Is that a justified lie? 5. Wholly unjustified? 1. Or somewhere in the middle? Please go ahead and rate that in your document now. and then share your answer in the chat. Matt's teacher was absent on Friday, and his friend Simon blew spitwads at the substitute. On Monday, the teacher asked the class who was responsible for the spitwads. Nobody said anything, including Matt. As a result, the whole class had to stay after school. So is that lie justified? 5. Wholly unjustified? 1. Or somewhere in the middle? Again, add that to your document, and then add it in chat. Jim was angry at Evan for beating him in basketball. He started this rumor. Evan is such a cheater, he kept fouling me when the coach wasn't looking. Is that lie justified? 5. Wholly unjustified? Or somewhere in the middle? Add it to your document now. Add it to chat now. Kay wanted to buy beer so she could hang out with the college kids, but the store manager said she had to be 21. She showed her fake ID and bought the beer. Again, rate it now in your document and in the chat. And finally, Jason's mom told him that the doctors had just diagnosed her with cancer. She asked Jason not to tell his dad because the stress could cause a deadly heart attack. He agreed to say nothing and pretended everything was fine. 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1. Again, in the chat now and also in your document. All right, once you've got your ratings for each of those situations, you can turn it in. However, you're going to be unsubmitting this several times to go back and add things to it. So it does not need to be submitted. If you do submit it, remember you will need to hit unsubmit every time we come back to it. And we're going to be coming back 4 times to the same document. Tomorrow in Quill, you're going to be doing 3 activities. They're going to be sentence combining, which is one of the most important ways you can improve your writing ability. Taking short sentences and making them into longer sentences improves the variety of your writing as well as your fluency. So it's going to be showing you some techniques on how to combine sentences using conjunctions and expanding with extra ideas. Next week, you'll finish the 3 in this pack. So again, there's 3 today, and then next Wednesday, you'll do the next 3. And again, doing Quill on Wednesdays is how you get your attendance credit. You do need to do your Quill. Make sure you complete this tomorrow. All right, that's it. If you have any questions, please let me know. You should now be done with activity number 2, which means you are done for today. We're going to play quizzes next, so hang out for that. And don't forget you have a quiz on quizzes on Friday. There's a coding classroom if you want to practice before then as well. Take care, guys.